This is our Athlete of the Week, and it's presented by Diamond Point and Sauk Centre. And with us, the captains from the Fusion swimming team. If you guys introduce yourself, okay, and tell us about your family and what events you swim in, okay?
All right. Well, my name's Isaac Bestie, and I swim the 50 freestyle, 100 freestyle, 200 freestyle relay, and the 400 freestyle relay. And my family is Tom and Julie Bestie. And then I also have one brother, Alex Bestie, who is also alumni of Melrose Sauk Centre Fusion.
Okay.
My name is Matthew Bestie. My parents are John and Yvonne Bestie. I have two older brothers, Mike and Danny, and an older sister. I swim the 50 and 100 freestyle, and then I'm on the 200 medley relay and 200 freestyle relay. And my sister's name is Kristen.
Okay. Tell us, too, what other activities are you involved in at school?
I'm in football and baseball.
All right. You, Isaac?
In the fall, I participate in the school musical. And then winter is obviously swimming. And then in the spring, I have participated in golf for the past 4 years.
Okay, all right. Give us a history on your swimming. How did you get going? How long have you been doing it? And what do you like about swimming?
Oh boy, how did I get started on swimming? That was a long time ago. I've always grown up on a lake, so I've always been exposed to water. I've been competitive swimming since about 4th grade, I'd say.
Okay.
And since then, I've just kind of carried on. I did gymnastics for a little bit, but then decided I wanted to come back to the swim team. So then I continued on from 7th grade on. I've been on the swim team and stuff like that. So
okay, real good.
I actually started out when I was younger in basketball, and then my sister was on the swim team, and I thought it looked fun. So in 7th grade, I played basketball and before Christmas break, and then I started swimming after, and I just liked swimming, so I stuck with it to date.
You know, the Fusion Boys swimming has been strong for a number of years now. How do you see that developing? Is it through the coaches and being captains too? How do you fit into that to make it a better team?
I feel like Nathan and James have done a really good job with developing the younger kids to be successful in their varsity careers, and that the young kids have been stepping up for us. Not only have the top guys been swimming well, but those younger kids really stepped it up and really picked it up.
Yeah, from last year we only lost about 4 seniors, so it wasn't a major loss. So in our sophomores, last year's sophomores, this year's juniors have really stepped it up so far this year. So it's been a very good, consistent year, and we saw that last year already, that our team was going to be very strong again this year because of the talent that was coming up from the younger grades. So,
can I ask you this about a race in itself? When you get up there, you obviously know these guys, you know the times. Do you think about that, or are you just racing against yourself? And even as the race goes on, do you look over and see the other guy, or take us through that process?
Well, when I get up for a race, I'm usually sitting up there. I've got some sort of melody in my head. I'm always trying to keep my nerves down and stuff. So, get up on the block. I'm not usually thinking about the other times. Sure, I know them. But, you know, I just race to race. I race to perfect my stroke and do good. So I'm usually mostly focused on what I got to swim, good turnovers, fast breakouts, explosive off the block, just my technique stuff. And if I beat the other guy, well, that's just a plus.
I actually am kind of the opposite. I look to see where the other guys are at and try to race against them. Try to be fast off the block, walls, good breakouts. Get my breathing technique down, get the stroke technique down, and just swim to, you know, do the best I can and hopefully beat the guy next to me.
Do you get a sense of, do you know as you're progressing through your race that it's going good or it's not going good, and what's the difference?
Yeah, it depends on the longer races like the 100. You have more time to like get into not really a rhythm, but you can feel yourself, like how you're swimming. If the first 50 was slow, if you have to pick it up on the second 50, you can have more time to see the guys in the other lanes, to see if you have competition next to you. And then you just have to try to swim your best.
Same thing for you?
Yeah, I can usually tell after about my flip turns. Usually after the first flip turn, if it's a bad flip turn, well then I gauge I got to go faster in my open when I'm actually swimming. So usually I can start telling by the flip turns, and then when I'm off the turns, I'm usually looking over at the guy next to me to see where he's at. So if he's ahead of me, then I got to go faster. So then I kick it into gear even more. So
Being a 2 and a 3 sport athlete, what kind of benefits are there compared to, say, I'm just a full-time swimmer and that's all I'm going to do? How do you feel that the other sports and your other activities help you? Because it has to come into play too, doesn't it?
yeah, I think just the part of being a part of different teams and getting different aspects on how different sports work and stuff really brings in the diversity into the sport of swimming. Because, I mean, you can take the experiences that you have from participating on other teams and the strengths that you have in those teams and try to incorporate it into swimming as far as the morale boosting goes and stuff. So
Yeah, with being in different sports, in all sports all year, you have to learn time management too. So it helps you not only outside your extracurricular activities, but it'll help you like in school too, and in the rest of your life. And it's just fun. You get to hang out with other people. You get to meet new people, like the younger kids that are starting to come up through each sport. And then you make a lot of memories with being in the different sports and all the reminiscing you get to do with different teammates.
And since I have you here too, thinking back and remembering the football season that you had to fight through an injury, you came back. What are some of the things that stand out in your mind when you think back to that football season, which you guys were pretty good this year?
Yeah, it was a really fun time. We had a great season. The guys really stepped it up. We have a young team, so hopefully next year they'll do good. Just all the wins, all the losses, the ups and downs, but our homecoming game against Montevideo, we were down before half. We had a really interesting mixed up play, hit off the hands of like 3 guys, and then ended up in Anthony Welly's hands, and he just happened to run it in for a touchdown. So that really picked up our spirits that game and let us come back and win in that second half. And then making it to St. Cloud State this year was a blast. We haven't done that in over like 10 years, so that was really good and got the program back on the map.
As in any sport, it has to be fun for you, right? So what about swimming? What makes it fun? With the practice, sometimes I imagine it can be tedious at times, but the meets are always fun too. How do you look at that?
Yeah, the guys have it's a great atmosphere down on the pool deck. They all get along. We joke with each other. Meyer and Schreiner will occasionally chip in, so it's just good atmosphere. We're loud during meets. We make it fun, and it's just fun.
All right.
yeah, definitely the team atmosphere definitely makes it. Our team is super positive with one another, and we're always cheering each other on. And during practice, it's always fun because everybody's always throwing jokes at others or jabs here, shots fired there. I mean, it's funny. Even the coaches will start taking stabs, and then if they take a stab at a swimmer, well, then all the swimmers usually go back on the coach and burn them again. So it's just really fun.
Looking forward to, you just got done with the State True team. What was that like? You saw some pretty good competition, right?
Yeah, very good competition, and it's always a blast to swim at the U of M. I mean, the pool's super fast, super nice, the blocks are amazing, and it was extremely fun swimming against them. I mean, even though they were highly ranked teams against us, we still had some very competitive races in our meets, or in our heats, so.
All right.
Yeah, just swimming there, it's a great atmosphere to swim in. The teams, it's fun always. You'll always have competition no matter what your time is, because there's always going to be a guy next to you that'll go half second faster than you, half second slower than you, so you got to make sure you try to go out there and beat them. And it's just the opportunity to be able to swim at the state level as a whole team really reflects on the younger kids and individuals on the team to show that we're strong from A to B all the way through, I guess A to Z all the way through.
All right. Yeah. Well, just to wrap things up, your seniors, what kind of plans do you have after high school?
Next year, I plan on going to NDSU with a majoring in either engineering or animal science.
Okay.
And I plan attending St. John's University for global business and management.
All right. Well, congratulations on the success that you've had, and good luck in the future, and stay in contact, okay?
All right, thank you.
We should point out, too, you're cousins, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Stearns County.
Oh, yeah.
Melrose, all right. Okay, that's Matthew and Isaac Bestie. They are the Athletes of the Week, all presented by Diamond Point in Sauk Center.